Namaste. I started watching a YouTube video where a journalist from Nepal is interviewed, and well, I actually really do like that journalist. He's quite famous, I believe, and his thoughts, his ideas, his ideology I do really like, especially since he seems to be quite passionate about Nepal and has good ideas about self-empowerment and about how to achieve progress, and how this is something that's kind of, which I always preach, like you can't achieve growth for a country or an organization or something if it doesn't start in the individual first. But so since I want to teach Nepali, I decided to just start with the very first words you hear in this video, which are not even uttered by the journalist, whose name is Rabindra Mishra, but by his interviewer. So, and in this first sentence, kind of, the interviewer introduces Rabindra Mishra. I read it first, then I show it to you. He says, Nepali patrakaaritaa khsetra ka ek prabhaavashaali vyaktitwa Rabindra Mishra. Nepali patrakaaritaa khsetra ka ek prabhaavashaali vyaktitwa Rabindra Mishra. Okay, I translate it for you. First thing that you need to know is here in this phrase there is no verb, so it's not a really full sentence, it's kind of like a phrase, so it doesn't have a verb. There is only one real grammar that I can teach you here, sorry, which is also, I've taught this to you before, just is a little bit different as from what you're used to. But I will attempt a translation first. In order to translate, we kind of have to start from the end. The last two words, Rabindra Mishra, is just the name. Vyaktitwa. Vyaktitwa means a personality. Then we have prabhaavashaali. Prabhaavashaali, which means influential. So, influential personality. Then we have ek. Ek is the number 1. Ek prabhaavashaali vyaktitwa. One influential personality, Rabindra Mishra. So, and now we have a first part of this phrase which kind of qualifies that influential personality, Rabindra Mishra, and here comes the grammar into play. It is combined or connected to that main part of the phrase through this conjunction that is, or that suffix you could say, that is ka. You usually know it as ko, and ko, or in this case ka, is the suffix for the genitive for the second case, whose. So let's see of whose influential personality is this. So, and there it reads, let's do it again, like from backwards. Khsetra. Khsetra means area, or you could say like field, not like a field out like in our agriculture, but like in area, like in an abstract sense. A field, an area, or a region. Khsetra. Then we have patrakaaritaa. Patrakaaritaa means journalistic, or journalism. In this case, you could say like the journalism field or the journalistic field. And then we have Nepali, which just means Nepali. So the Nepali journalistic field, and then we have the rest. So now we have to just put it together. So again, that qualifies whose this is of. So put it together. One influential personality of the Nepali journalistic field, Rabindra Mishra. So that's kind of like an introduction. He's sitting next to him and he's saying like, Nepali patrakaaritaa khsetra ka ek prabhaavashaali I'm always like feel like I'm forgetting that letter here. So it's prabhaavashaali vyaktitwa Rabindra Mishra. Nepali patrakaaritaa khsetra ka ek prabhaavashaali vyaktitwa Rabindra Mishra. So at the end, a few words about the words, because this vocabulary is, let's say, advanced. The vocabulary is advanced, the grammar is very simple. And I want to just give you a little bit about the words. Some of them might not be as important for you to learn, but it will help you to hear about the single words for remembering them. Patrakaaritaa. I would say that patrakaaritaa might not be the most important word. There are two words in it that you might actually want to learn, which I think are important. Patra. Patra is the newspaper. Mainly the newspaper. And then if you say patrakaar is the journalist. Then we have khsetra. Khsetra you definitely have to learn. That's an important word. Khsetra. Khsetra. I mean, it's not like the most basic, but it's, yeah, you need khsetra. Ik, of course, that's out of discussion. Of course, you have to learn the numbers. So then we have prabhaavashaali. It's the first time that I've ever heard this word. I learned it when looking up or when translating the sentence. But the word prabhav, just this part, prabhav, means influence, effect. So in prabhav, I would say to be able to express something like what kind of effect does this have or something like that. Prabhav is quite important. And then we have vyaktitwa. It's also the first time that I saw this word, but there is also again the root word is inside, and that's vyakti. Vyakti, and vyakti is just a person. Ik vyakti, one person. I've seen a person. Ma ek vyakti dekhi kuchu. Or vyaktilai. Yeah, I don't know. My grammar is not good. So, and then we have the name. So that's really it already. Yeah. I will post a link to the interview. I do recommend listening not only for the value of the content of what he has to say, Rabindra Mishra, but also for people who are learning Nepali and want to eventually, really like me, want to achieve to reach a advanced level. Like I'm still deeply stuck in intermediate or even beginners maybe, I don't know. But because the good thing about him is the way he speaks Nepali, he rarely uses English loanwords. So like for example, instead of saying personality, which I feel a lot of middle class people, Kathmandu city, urban people, young people especially, would rather say personality instead of vyaktitwa. It's very common to use many loanwords, and then when you ask those people how to express that actually in Nepali, they wouldn't even know. I mean, they know the word vyaktitwa, but they are so used to using the English word that it's not active in their vocabulary. So passive, they understand, but as an active vocabulary, it's not there. And I don't know, I feel when you learn a language, it's just a question of proficiency, right? So to become as really advanced, proficient, a good vocabulary is very important. Yeah, that kind of is it for today. I'll see if I continue with the interview a little, translating that. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, leave your comments below, subscribe, and so on. Have a good day. Namaste.